Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm gonna start putting this thing together today. So we'll start off with the leaf springs. Actually, I think I might put the gas tank in first. Put the gas tank in first and get all that going. Then I can run my wires, my wire loom. So I can run my wire loom and then get that all situated and ready to go. And then I can start putting on like leaf springs and everything else. The only thing I still have to do for the back yet is the brake line from the chassis side to the axle. And after I get that all done, we should be good to go, and we'll get everything smashed out. And then I got a few boxes over here. That's my front suspension, and then that's another box of chassis saver. But the chassis saver is going to be for the front of the chassis yet, and then the front suspension obviously goes for front. But we'll get that going. I'm not worried about the front of the truck right now. I mean, maybe we can open that stuff in this video, but probably not. We'll just get working on the back, so that way I can get at least 2 wheels back under this thing and get the bed back on and all that kind of stuff, and get pretty close to running and driving it. So we'll get hopping and get at her. So I decided to put the gas tank in first. We'll do that, but I gotta clean this all up because I mean, pretty sure the back window got broken out at some point in time because there's a bunch of glass and dirt all over here. So get that changed out and cleaned, and then I have to glue this back on yet. I got some Gorilla plastic glue. I mean, it's just a vent, so it should be fine to glue that back on. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna wipe the tank down and get rid of all the road grind, and there's some axle grease on it, or not axle grease, but what you call it, from my pinion seal leaking. That's all from that, from getting whipped around on the U-joints. So I'll get that all cleaned up. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy, you know, detailing the gas tank. I just want to get the big chewy chunks off and get her all cleaned up, so that way we can put her back in the truck. So we'll get hopping on that. Cleaned up, and I got the lock ring off, so it's all good to go. A little rusty. I'm gonna come back through with a handheld wire brush, and I'm just gonna scrape the big chunks off. Nothing crazy. And then I'm gonna maybe get like a little little cup, spray some paint in there. Then I'm gonna come back through and then just lightly dab some paint on there. Let that dry for a few minutes, and then I'll probably put some very light coat of anti-seize on the bottom of there. So then that way I don't have to worry about it rusting into my new ring. But my new ring's powder coated, so I might not put anything on there. Plus this truck's never gonna see salt ever again. I mean, it'll see rain and mud and all that stuff, but it'll never see, you know, salt again. But that's the old ring, super rusty and grody, and there's the new powder coated ring. So we'll get that on there, and then we'll slam her in the truck. Crap. Forgot to run the wiring loom. I'll have to do this again. Alright, so I got her back in after I had to take it back out. It wasn't too big of a deal to rerun the wires, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you guys what I had to do. But I had to drop it back down, so yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. But anyways, there's these clips on the chassis. It's like a three-part clip. It holds the wiring harness, the EPAP sensor crap, and then like the brake line. And I had to rerun all those lines before I put the tank in, because otherwise you can't really reach in here. Like you can, but it'd be a pain in the butt, and it's easier to just, you know, drop the tank and redo it, and then, you know, sit here and mess around with trying to finagle in here. But yeah, so got that done. So we'll keep hammering back the rest of this chassis. I mean, the wiring loom's just gonna clip right in. All the pre-existing holes are still there. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it around the my little cross member thing I got going here. I'll probably just run it up underneath, because I think it went along the top here, kind of right where my bars are. But we'll get that going. So I'll just keep hammering on it, and we'll get her. Might even get it back, not together, but pretty close. Pretty close. Alright, so I finally got the tank in. It took me a little while because I dropped it, put the loom back in, And then I realized I didn't have my fuel line in there. So then I had to drop it. I had again to put my fuel line in. And then I was good to go. So I did all that, ran all the wires OEM-like. They're all in their little respective clips on the chassis and whatnot. This doesn't say here, it goes like that. Fixed that. It's drying. I put that's JB Weld glue. It's like a plastic epoxy stuff. And then I put heat shrink around it. So that should be real good to go. I'm going to give that like a day or two to set. So that way I don't have to worry about it. Because I'm sure this puts quite a bit of tension on it. When it's just hanging there. I got all my clips to the chassis for the wiring loom. I got these, I forget which video it was. I think it was the getting started video. But I was saying I didn't know where to get those clips. I got those clips from, of course, overseas. They were pretty cheap. They're working great. I mean, it was only like $5, $6 for a whole bag of 50 of them. So I got tons of those if I ever need them again. So I'm good with that. I'll probably put 2 more right here so I have to drill holes in the chassis. And then I'll probably put a few down this tube as well to hold the wiring for this, for my right brake light and my driver brake light. So yeah, we're all good with that. I think I'm gonna start putting the leaf springs together and get the rear end in. All right, so we'll call it there. I mean, I think I got quite a bit done for this video. I got the gas tank in, all lines ran. I have to do a few things for, getting the rest of the clips for the wiring loom. I mean, that's all real boring stuff. It's just drilling holes and whatnot. You guys don't need to see that. But we'll call it a day for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.